If you've scanned my channel page at all, you probably noticed that I'm actually a pretty big Soundwave fan. I've talked about them quite a bit in the past in a couple other videos, and I've reviewed a few different Soundwaves. I've loved them from G1 here to the 40th anniversary here and all the iterations in between. I mean, we even love him when he doesn't look anything like his G1 Soundwave. That's cool too. And we're going to get to this guy in a later video, but for now we'll set him aside because he doesn't really suit these purposes. Anyway, absolutely love Soundwave. I love the nostalgia factor that he was a micro cassette player, that he played music. You know, when I first discovered Soundwave in the 80s, Walkmans were a thing, all that kind of stuff. So it's just a really cool idea to me. He's not just a car or a truck or whatever else. He looked like a Walkman, even though of course he fit micro cassettes and not actual cassette players. But of course he doesn't actually play music, right? It is in fact just a toy. Well, that did all change in, I believe it was 2007, when we got this thing, Soundwave Blaster Black version playing audio player. Can you actually read those words? There we go. Here's a better look at the box. Soundwave playing audio player, this guy right here. And I believe he came out in a couple different colors. There was this one here. There was one that was a little more blue and gray, accurate to the cartoon. I went with the Blaster Black version because that was the one that was available. And also I think he actually looks pretty cool. There he is in the box. Soundwave playing audio player, along with some accessories. We're going to open them up in a minute. As you can tell from the box, this is imported. This did not come out in the States, but we'll actually, I'll cut to a reading of this, a translation of everything we have on the box, just in case you're curious of everything that it says. We'll do that. But anyway, back to the box, back to the unboxing. Let's get started and see what's in here. Okay, we've dropped the camera down a bit so we can get a better look at the unboxing and what we have inside here. I've already cut the tape, so let's crack it open. Cries and screams are music to my ears. It's threatening. Okay. Slide that all gently out of the box. What else do we have here? Okay, we've got, looks like some instructions, some paperwork. Let's take a look at that real quick. It's kind of fun. It looks like a little trading card. Transformers music label. The story on the back. Let's get a quick translation of this card. And once again, cries and screams are music to my ears. Okie dokie. I think we have here is a bit of a small catalog of their other offerings. They also had, which is actually really cool, this Optimus Prime JBL looking iPod speakers there. Plug in your old iPod, you'd be good to go. So here we have Frenzy and Rumble earphones. That's pretty interesting. I'm sure they sounded amazing. So there's your Spark Blue. That would be the most cartoon accurate version of this. The Sonic White. And of course there's Convoy, as Optimus Prime was known in Japan, playing iPod speaker with the made for iPod label. And again, we'll do a quick translation of all of this, and you can kind of pause the screen if you're that curious. Oh, and on the back we've got a fun little product lineup here. And a cat. Okay. Of course, here we have the instructions. But when have we ever needed those, right? And of course, the transformation. Everybody scan this really quickly. Do you think you have it? We'll figure it out in a second. All right, let's get this stuff out of the way. Okay. Looks like this might be the best way to do this. Oh, we got more tape. There we go. And here we have him. Okay. He feels very small and he's incredibly light. Like, this does not feel like necessarily a high quality device, but we didn't expect that. But as far as generally the look of it, it doesn't look too beat up for his. It's fresh out of the box, but it is an old product. But it still looks pretty good. We'll have to remove the battery or the screw here if we want to put a battery in. We'll do that in a little bit. But this is the main guy. Here he is, next to original G1 Soundwave, for a bit of a size comparison there. And here he is with a core class Soundwave. He's almost a little closer to this guy. He's pretty small. Okay, so he comes with, no doubt, what are fantastic headphones. Audiophile quality, I'm sure. His sonic cannon, or some version of that with a blaster. This feels incredibly plasticky and this just doesn't feel like it'll last very long. I mean, I can't tell you just how cheap that feels. Well, that's his weapon. Here's his sonic cannon, of course. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Let's see. Destroy. Wait, destroy? Oh, his electric launcher. Okay. That's fun. And he has, looks like, different fists. A couple different fist options. We'll mess with those in a bit. Okay. Okay, let's transform this guy. I imagine it's sort of like a G1, but I don't want to immediately break him, which it feels like I might do. Okay, arms come out like this. There we go. The legs feel like they should. Okay, there we go. We got to kind of twist them and then bring them down, point them the right way, I think. Get these feet out. Oh, it all just sounds like this guy's not gonna last long. He feels like he's good for like maybe 3 or 4 transformations and he's done. Let's get this foot out. Okay, let's see. Where's your head, buddy? Arms. Oh, push it back and it pops right up. There we go. All right, there he is. So he comes with fists, and for some reason you have 2 more options. So, cool. All right, let's get a good look at him. Let's stand him up. There we go. There he is in all his glory. Music Playing Soundwave. Turn around. A little beefy on the back, but that's where his battery has to go. And he feels very unbalanced, so I'm a little worried about putting a battery in there, if that'll help him or make him worse. But let's pause and let's do some comparison shots. Here he is next to 40th anniversary Soundwave. Considerably shorter. Here he is up against
Reactivate
Soundwave. These guys are about the same size, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is what he looks like. This is the basic transformation. He's cool, but because he's so unique, I like him. He's pretty cool. He's going to be a fun little item on the shelf. In a minute, we'll try to actually get some music going. I think we're going to have an issue with the type of SD card we need, so this is probably going to be a cut to a few days later when I can actually get the right SD card to put music in it. But I can't make this video and not actually play a little sample of how he sounds, so we'll get working on that, and then we'll be back to just test him out, see how he works as a music player. Okay, so here we are a few weeks later. We finally got the proper mini SD card adapter we needed. This took a while to get. These are really hard to come by these days, but we finally got one. So I first used the 1 GB micro SD card, because you can't go any bigger than that, in the SanDisk adapter on my Mac. Dragged over some royalty-free music onto this micro SD card. Now we can put it in the mini SD card adapter and pop him into Soundwave. So just slide him in and he will click into place. There we go. Now he's good to go. So now first, to give kind of an example of what we're going to hear, I will play one of these royalty-free tracks. I have some pretty nice desk speakers, so I'm going to play them on my Mac and give you an idea what they would sound like through, this is coming from my Mac through the speakers. Okay, so now we're going to move Shockwave out of the way, and we're going to take the plug from my speakers and put them into Soundwave, and then we'll play the track from Soundwave. Okay, so now we have the mini SD loaded in here. To fire it up, all you do is hold down on the play button, the blue light will come on, and it will almost immediately start playing. So let's go ahead and check out that same track, play it off the Soundwave. So you can tell, a little muffled, a little bass heavy right off the bat. Definitely not the same quality we were getting from the Mac. It's not the worst. And I have to say, the headphones that come with it, somehow the bass heaviness actually cancels out with these headphones, and I ended up with a pretty decent audio quality coming from the attached headphones, which obviously are not great headphones in any way, but it's serviceable. So anyway, yeah, obviously a lot of folks aren't going to be playing music off there. It's certainly a novelty, but you absolutely can play music off of this device. You know, that was kind of the whole point of it, right? So that's it. It works. You saw the effort it took to actually make it work. Is it worth it to try and find a mini SD card? Probably not, but this is certainly a unique looking, interesting Soundwave or Soundblaster, since he's in black, if you want to be that guy. It's an interesting thing to add to your collection. Is it worth the price? That's up to you. But he's certainly cool, certainly distinct, and certainly a novelty item for sure. And I'm glad I have him. I think he's really cool. That's about it. Soundblaster, Soundwave.